It's just a few days away from turkey season, and if you're like me, you're getting really excited about opening morning. But we all know that when that moment of truth comes and old Tom is in front of us doing his thing, we actually have to keep our excitement under control, because we've probably all messed one up being over anxious. The Apostle Paul tells us in 2 Corinthians that with God's power and God's ability, we have the ability to control our thoughts. We don't always have to dwell upon the negative. We don't have to choose to dwell upon the problems. With God's power, we can choose what occupies our mind. With everything that's going on today, it's real easy to pick up on the negative and to think about all the problems. So my challenge for you this week is this: pay attention to the things that you dwell on during the day. When those negative thoughts come into your mind, capture them, stop them, don't give them any more time. Dwell upon the things of the Lord. Find something positive to think about. It'll make all of us feel better. Hey, thanks for watching this week. Hope that you enjoyed today's video. Reach out to us on our Facebook page at From the Blind Outdoors. It's our prayer that all of you are being safe and staying healthy. Always remember, keep shooting straight.
All right, guys, another great message from Pastor Tim. And we're going to go ahead and open the phone lines for you guys. Y'all can call us here at 615-737-7767. I tell you what, we're waiting on those to come in. I've already got one caller on the line here. We've been waiting on our buddy Bobby Gentry is on the phone here from Bobby Gentry's Dale Holler Guide Service. I'll go ahead and switch over to Bobby now. Bobby, can you hear me?
Yeah, Brandon, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Kind of a long day, but a good day. We had a real nice weather condition today on the lake, so it's been a good day.
Have you? How's the water been there, Bobby?
Well, this morning we started out, Brandon, was running about 58 degrees. I started in mid-lake, and a lot of the questions I've had is kind of what the largemouth and smallmouth are doing. And so I just done a lot of running up till about 1 o'clock to check the conditions. And we got a little bit of stained water around the state park. Mid part of the lake's got a little bit of color to it. It's not muddy by no means, but it's got a little color. And as the day and the sun stayed out today, I found some 61 to 63, degree water back in the backs of the pockets. And today, Brandon, I kind of concentrated some of the deep pockets and small creeks off the main lake. So it's good. It's really fishable right now. It's real good. We had 8 pretty decent fish today. I had one largemouth, a little over 5, and that makes a good day anytime.
Yeah, 5-pound bass may put a smile on anybody's face, won't it?
Yeah, it makes me really happy. So you showed that picture of Addison. He's a good friend of mine, and I've seen the pig he had. So I'll be calling him. Me and him's going to have to get together.
He caught that fish about 2 foot from the side of his kayak.
I know, that's amazing. He sent me a thing on the computer, and I said, man, short strike with a smallmouth like that, he had his hands full in that kayak. But I'm glad he caught it. He's well deserved, that fish.
He does. He fishes hard. He is a true outdoorsman. He really is. I like Addison. And I was saying it earlier. He came on the show. I guess it's been about 1.5 years ago now, when he Where I Go to Pray, when he was coming out with that, and he played that song, a great song. But yeah, he's a super good guy, and we're glad to see him catch that fish.
Yeah, really, Brandon, the lake's in really good condition generally. We've had an unusual year. Last Thursday, just a quick comment, I've seen more boats on the lake than this time of year, and I've seen in a long time. And, most everyone was catching some fish. Now, we didn't have numbers today, but it really wasn't what I was expecting. I just really wanted to get a good feel for what these bass are doing.
Right.
A lot of largemouths right in the very Mexican pockets, you can almost sight fish those things. And
yeah.
The smallmouth today was in about 16 foot of water on jigs, and we caught some on swim bait today also.
They're kind of in a transition period right now, aren't they? I mean, it's just about to get that time. You starting to see any of your fish spawning, or they still just a little shy of that, or?
They're a little bit shy of that. I mean, the female, we caught them a pretty good sized male smallmouth was our first fish today. My buddy Michael in the boat, he said, I fish awful slim, you know, but it was some good length. It was up in the 18-inch range.
Uh-huh.
And it was definitely a male to me. I mean, I've seen so many of them darn things.
Right.
I can only tell by the way their belly looks. And then I caught another female. We got another one just about 30 minutes later that was about the same size, and she was bellied up really heavy. But, you know, she was on the edge of the flats. Anywhere I found a creek transition or from like a bend in a little channel that was close to a spawning flat, that's kind of where I'm finding them. Now, a few have moved up, you know, out on the flats that we've caught in the last several days, but they're getting ready to do their thing. I mean, it's really close, and if there's any on bed, I've just not really noticed that real strongly, but it's right now.
Yeah.
Time. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of time.
Transition time. Now, Bobby, you're still setting up trips right now, right?
Well, I have, and you know, Brandon, we've had several cancellations, and I very strongly understand why, because of the things we got going on right now with the virus. And most of my people I do stuff with some wounded warrior guys. I really try to do that, and a lot of young people and people that's got some health issues. And I've had, you know, several cancellations. That's very understandable, and but I mean, I've got people still calling, wanting to fish and wanting to know the conditions and how it is at the lake. And you know, it's very fishable. It's just a matter of whether anybody feels like they can come. You know.
Yeah,
and,
that's right. Well, how can people get in touch with you, Bobby, if they want to set up a trip?
There's several ways. I'll give you my phone number. It's 270-427-0419. That's my business cell, and I keep that on me all the time, Brandon.
Okay.
I've got social media on Facebook. Just go to Bobby Gentry or do Bobby Gentry Fishing. You can do a Google search for Bobby Gentry Fishing. That'll bring you up to all the things I got, and also on Instagram. I've got a page. It's Dale Hollick Guide, Bait and More. So there's several locations you can find me.
Okay. Well, perfect. Well, Bobby, thank you for calling in tonight and giving us an update on what's going on there at Dale Hollow. And I tell you what, buddy, I'm really looking forward to getting in the boat with you here soon.
Hey, we're going to get that done, and in the line of what you guys are just talking about, I know the bite would be decent today because we got a lot of turkey out in the field up here. So
yeah.
Good to talk to you, and great show, and hope to see y'all soon.
All right. Thank you, Bobby. Have a great night.
All right, y'all have a great one too. Thank you.
Bye. Terry, how are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Doing well. Thank you for calling.
I've got 3 things to ask you about.
Okay.
The first one is, we went and got my hunting license, and I got my temporary tags. Now, my husband, I got him a lifetime license for Christmas. How do I go about getting him his own tags?
Get online, go to tnwildlife.org, O-R-G, and you can
What
look.
if you don't have a computer?
You could probably contact them at the office. If you don't have a computer, you could probably contact the TWA office and have them. They're either going to tell you probably go to a retail store that might have them, or they may mail you some. As far as doing, just so other folks know, as far as doing it online, if you can get on the computer somewhere and just pull up his account, you can print as many of those tags as you need.
We went to Walmart when we got my hunting license, but they wouldn't print any off for him.
Okay, so it may be that it is only online. See, I've only done it online, and that's why I can't give you as much information as far as retail. But if you can find some way of getting on access to a computer somewhere or a smartphone, and just go to their website, you can put his information in and print those tags off, no problem.
Well, basically, you could probably.
Okay, my second thing is, we absolutely love your recipes on there. If you could get more on there, one every week, that would be awesome.
Well, you know, we did for a long time. Right now, we're kind of cutting back on the recipes just because we're going to be cutting back on the amount of people in the studio and things for a while. But we're still going to be doing some recipes, and I've actually got set up right now to go and film some recipes in a couple of the kitchens of some of the folks that have been coming on the show. So do look forward to some more recipes before long. We're going to have you some.
Okay, my third one is, we absolutely love From the Blind. We love that religious section.
Yes.
And we just love with the preacher on there more than anything. I just want to tell him just how much we appreciate it.
Well, I'll certainly make sure he knows. I'm sure he's watching right now. But yeah, we love the messages from Pastor Tim and look forward to them every week.
Well, thank you so much, and we miss Hugh more than anything, but we love
Absolutely.
you. We just want, and Emery, Oh my goodness! I'm just hoping I don't pull an Emery this Saturday morning. I just really hope, because I don't know what my husband will do with me if I pull an Emery.
Hey, you know, it can happen, right? You know, we had a great time, and she, you know, she's had good luck in the past. She just got too excited. You know, it was pretty neat, but we're gonna go back and try it again.
I'll be praying for her and praying for me at the same time, so we both don't do it again.
Well, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, and good luck, and stay healthy.
Okay, you too. Have a great night.
All right, God bless you all. Good night.
Good night. All right, guys, we're going to go on over and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week sponsored by our good friends at Phoenix Custom Quality Rods. You guys can check them out at phoenixrods.com or right here in the state of Tennessee. Give Mr. Jim Brewer a call at 931-213-1455, and he can get those Phoenix rods put in your hand today. Many different models you can choose from, so get in touch with them and see what we've been talking about. All right, guys, I got a little tip for you tonight. You know, this past week when we were hunting, we had a couple decoys out. That's because I was hunting with my daughter. I usually use decoys with her. A lot of times I don't use decoys, Sid. I know you don't either. A lot of times I don't do it. I think they hang up as many birds as they bring in a lot of times. So here's my tip for tonight. I do a lot of calling without decoys. I still hunt fields and field edges where most of you guys are used to hunting. But my tip is don't set right on the edge of that field. Now, when you saw Emery and I hunting, we had those decoys out. We were right on the edge of the field, and that's fine. But when I don't have decoys out, I back up in the woods probably 20 yards or so, 15, 20 yards, and get tucked back in there, because when you're calling, you want that gobbler to have to come all the way to the edge of the woods and look up into those woods trying to find that hen. And once you got him to the edge of those woods at 20 yards, he's in trouble. But if you're right on the edge of the woods calling, by the time he gets across that field, he can tell he don't see you, and he's probably not going to be as interested. So that's your tip. That's right. Back up in those woods, get covered up, call just a little bit, and make him come all the way to the edge of the wood line. You'll have a lot better chance. Guys, we're going to go over and take another quick break. If you're on the phone right now, hang in there. We're going to take a couple more calls when we get back. We'll have some more Southern Woods and Waters.